How's it going, everyone? So this video is going to be a little different because I like to try and bring something different to the channel. So, what's this one about? Well, cats and the Japanese culture. If y'all remember, this is Maple. She's getting big, aren't you, girl? Huh? But anyways, why is it that it seems like Japan, in a sense, domestic cats especially, are so incorporated in their culture? So, kind of have to go to the beginning for everything, which is, well, when cats were brought basically to Japan. Now, as most people know, I don't use a script, but I do have notes, so that I'm going to be going off of. Now, domestic cats are not indigenous to Japan. From what scholars think is they either came from China or India due to the Silk Road trades. Another one is that Buddhist monks from China brought them over. Or this one's kind of a stretch. They came from Thailand. Don't know where that one comes from, where they get that from, but this is all just from what I researched. So Japan does have two wild cats. Okay. Hi, Maple. And they're no bigger than a domestic cat. Let me see here. One is the tsunami leopard, and God, what's the other one? Oh shoot, I can't remember what the other one is. I didn't write it down. Oh well, but it's on an island in Okinawa Prefecture. Now the tsunami cat, they're both going extinct, basically. What, girl? Oh. Animal activists, can't say the name, it's a tongue twister right now, I have a hard time distinguishing this wild cat from domestic cats, because they kind of declare it kind of like a shapeshifter. And the reason being is, like all cats, in the wintertime it gets a really heavy, thick coat of fur. During the summertime, of course, it sheds it. But not only that, the reason why they really call it a shape-shifting cat is its color for its fur changes for the season. So it'll have a different color for spring, summer, fall, and winter. Their hair color changes. So makes it hard for them to see if it's a domestic cat or this wild cat. Now, back to, how cats kind of got to Japan. So they were brought domestic cats, okay? And mainly they were brought there, like throughout centuries, to keep down pests. Really, the main goal was for the silkworms, okay? Because rats would eat the silkworms. Well, silk was a very important thing to them. So the cats ate the mice and the rats. It solved the problem. Buddhists actually incorporated cats in the grounds of their temples to keep pests down. They also believed that the cats were guardians of the temples. And so Buddhist monks, brought them into their temples, keep pests down, and they felt they were protectors of the temple. Then the people started to notice, the domestic cats, and got very intrigued with them, because like I said, they're not indigenous to Japan. All the cats that you see, like nowadays on YouTube, whatever, those are ancestors of cats that were brought there. Okay? So, of course, when you first see this animal, you're going to be intrigued. And they still are to this day. In fact, science is still kind of intrigued with domestic. We call them domestic cats, but technically, The cats we have living in our house are not domesticated. They are literally 60% still wild. Only 40% of them is domesticated, and it's more on a trade-off with them, basically. Kind of say we have an agreement with them. That's here nor there. So, and they got really fascinated with them because really, if you have a cat, or if you ever watch a cat, they can really twist their bodies in strange ways and get into really small areas, you know. So they got really fascinated with them. So they wound up being a big part of their mythology and folklore for their culture. Now, in their mythologies and their folklore, they could either be a good thing or they could be a bad thing. Okay, it just depended on who was writing the story. And then, on top of it, they felt their good luck. In fact, you've probably seen them. It's called the Maniko Nico. I'm probably mispronouncing that. It's the good luck cat. Everyone's probably seen it somewhere. You know, it's the white cat. It's got the red dressings on it. His hands up like this. That's the good luck cat. That's where it comes from. The story behind it was one samurai guy, I don't remember his name, was sitting underneath a tree. And sees this cat in a field. And the cat, he said, had his paw up like that, like it was beckoning him. Hence, the name means beckoning cat. So it had his paw up like this, like he was trying to get his attention. So, being intrigued by this cat having his paw up, he decided, well, I'm going to go see what's going on. Is the cat hurt? What? Is it actually calling me? And the story goes, when he got up, he walked over to the cat. Lightning, at that moment, struck the tree and caught it on fire. Coincidence or whatever? Like I said, it's a story. Don't know if it's true. But this is where the beckoning cat, good fortune statue cat comes from. Is from this story. So, I mean, you could believe it, not believe it. I'm just presenting it. Also, on top of that, cats are very relaxed and kickback animals. And some people say that kind of contributes to their culture now. In a sense, because their work culture really is harsh. Kind of like ours, except worse. So, but they do like to relax. Japanese people like to relax. Like, that's why they like baths. They take baths. Because they're relaxing. That's why they also go to onsens. Nice, hot, natural spring hot water, you know. So they think that played a big factor in their whole, you know, try and relax throughout the day type thing is from cats. Because cats do, they just lounge around and just, like, they don't have a care in the world. And they're going to live by their own rules, not what rules you put down. But cats are very smart and they're very intelligent. You know, you can train a cat to do something. It just takes longer than a dog. But there again, when people had cats back then, it helped keep the mice and pests, rodents down. Which rodents, like rats and mice, carry the bubonic plague. So you have less chance of getting it from the fleas that were on the rats and mice by having cats kill and eat them. Because the bubonic plague actually doesn't affect the cat as much as it does us. It can kill them, but it's like a higher rate of them living through it than us. Hence why during the Middle Ages, the Black Plague got out of hand, is because the Pope at the time hated cats, didn't have a reason why, just hated them, and decided he wanted everybody, his soldiers, to go out through the countryside and kill every single cat they could find, which lowered the cat population, which raised the rat population, and it just helped escalate the whole Black Plague era. Thank you. Thank the church on that one. Right there, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some. I just pissed some people off on that comment. Oh well. But anyways, they're good for that. They help, basically cats help stop the spread of some diseases that rodents carry. Also, in modern day now, Japanese really enjoy having cats. Now, it doesn't mean they don't like dogs, because they actually favor dogs and cats equally there. But cats are a lot smaller, so apartments in Japan a lot of times are very, very small. They're not very big. If you were able to get a big one, you were lucky, because that means you're making the money that you can afford one. Normally, they're just a little rinky-dinky thing. So a cat's great for it, because cats can get in some phenomenal places and be perfectly content. You know, anybody who has a cat knows ours just lounge around perfectly happy in the strangest places sometimes. So yeah, they're great pets for them for that. Another thing that they wound up being in their culture is their proverbs. And I wrote one down. This is actually a Japanese proverb. A loud cat doesn't catch mice. Which is true. Because if you watch a cat, even a wild cat, when it hunts, it doesn't make noise. It will not make a sound. In fact, that is the only time cats are really by themselves, is when they're hunting. They always hunt by themselves. Even wild cats, if you look like lions, they're actually in a pack, unless they're hunting. Mountain lions, like we have here in California and across the country, those are a little bit different. They're not really like a loner cat. They will be with other cats, but not for a long time. Because cats don't have territories, wild cats. They go wherever the fuck they want, period. Household cats, they actually monitored this if your cat's outside. The female cat will go up to 2 miles in a radius, a perimeter, where it lives, and then go back to where it lives. A male cat will just do a perimeter around its house. So that's just a little tidbit of information there. Female cats go in a broader area where males stay closer to home sometimes. Doesn't mean they won't do it, but female cats do go out farther. So yeah, hopefully this gave some insight. You know, it's basically a fascination with them. You know, because when you really break it down, cats are a fascinating animal. We love cats here. They make a great companion, but you can't just go pick any cat. If you're somebody who's looking for a cat, you can't just pick one up and say you want that one. It doesn't work that way, because each cat has, and that's another thing that they love in Japan. Cats have their own personality, literally, like a human being. Okay? So, this is what I tell people, and this is how I pick cats. And every time I do it, our cats come out to be really good animals, really good pets for us, and really good companions. They just love us to death. And that is, play with the cats. And if it's a shelter or wherever you can get them, play with them. And I just don't mean one. Have them bring like 3 in. Whatever cat sticks around you and seems curious of you, because they're just as curious as us as we are of them, that's the cat for you. Okay? Because that cat is clicking with you then. Alright? And that whole sound you've been hearing throughout this is Maple. She's a riot. Full of energy. But anyways, hopefully this brought some insight if anybody was kind of wondering, you know, why Japan has this fascination. It seems like Japan has a fascination with cats. And it's because, really, They're still trying to understand them as much as we are. We don't know a whole lot about cats. We really don't. Not as much as we know about dogs. We know a lot about dogs. Cats, we're still figuring things out with cats. They are kind of one of those animals, which there are others, that are a mystery to us. I mean, they're literally a wild animal almost, living in our home with us. Hi, Tomo. And I know all of you have seen her. She hasn't made an appearance in a while.
Oh, come here, girl. It's okay, girl. Say hi, Tomo.
Yep, Tomo's my girl. So, that's all I have for you guys. Like I said, hopefully this brought some insight to a little bit. There's more to it. But I just wanted to give the lowdown, just a quick summary of it, pretty much, for everybody. And everybody have a good one.
Let's go, Tomo.